Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Banishers Ghosts of New Eden. So, we are officially on the finale. The only thing we need to do is just continue making our way to the meeting house, but before that, I want to do some last minute checks, heal myself, and just basically make sure that we got everything that we need. So, with that being said, I'm going to let the rest of this play through and I will come back at the end to give my thoughts and just kind of, talk about the game a little. So, I'll see you then.
It is time.
What if I fail once more? One wrong choice will exact a heavy price.
Whatever happens, we will face it. For better or worse. Watch out! Spectre possession.
Have some of this.
Watch out! Spectre possession. Move, Red.
Think we missed it.
I maim the corrupted heart. You aim at its roots. sharpshooter.
Years of
New
practice.
Eden suffers. We suffer. My friends, I have disturbing news. Among us walks a witch. Is that not so, Deborah Comenius? Lock her up.
No! No! 'Tis not true! I am no witch!
So that's how it all began.
Aye. With ordinary evil from the hearts of fearful men.
Deborah Comenius, this court finds you guilty of the devil's work. Guided by God's mercy, I pass sentence on the witch. Pain forte Dieu. Confess and name your accomplices, or die for your sins.
I have nothing to confess.
How could they have let this happen?
Not a soul stood or spoke for her. There's no justice here. It's a travesty.
Confess, witch. None stand for you. Your coven has betrayed you. Name them, and you shall live.
I am no witch! You know this! All of you! Do not turn away from me! You must release me! You must! Will no one speak for me? Anyone? Please! Help me! Help me!
I feel her distress, her rising terror, her dark despair.
She suffered enough. And so have we.
Here, my body, my flesh displayed like a trophy.
More like bait.
So, the circle is complete. Do you return to the beginning? Or is it the beginning of your return?
A paradox. How clever. How it pleases you to play with time.
I do not play.
Deborah, we know what happened to you. We know what they did to you.
What they did. What they do. I shatter yet.
We're not here to hurt you. You have my body and I want it back. That's all. Help us. Because we can help you.
No, you cannot. I can barely feel it.
You will pay! I cannot be heard! You will atone! You've already failed! You can't reach me! You're still weak! You will pay!
Enough. You are me, yet you oppose me. They murdered us. Make them pay. No. They do not deserve our rage, not these two. All deserve our wrath. They crushed the breath from us. You know this. You asked for this. Not anymore.
It's over. You have been heard. The truth is out.
No! Come back! Feed upon the pain, the treachery, the outrage!
No more. It hurts.
Behold my wrath! Remember the bite of the chip flung into a cage! Bite of the chains! They locked us up!
Banishers, I won't last long.
Seek a monster. Don't give it to them.
No one stood for us! Do not turn your back
Time for me to shine.
They used us!
I have to do this myself.
Enough!
They started it!
I want peace!
Do not touch!
Time for my solo. They seek a monster. Don't give it to them.
They turned their back on us!
Yes, they did! But what was it all for? It must end! I don't need this rage anymore.
Your rage called me!
You aren't me!
Don't resist your true self!
Wrong again, huh?
I don't need this rage.
Your rage called me!
You were betrayed. You were in it.
If they live, they win. All of them.
Enough pain now.
There must be a reckoning.
The pain may end right now. The reckoning is here.
Spare me your compassion, for it comes far too late.
Who are you?
I am retribution.
A word, an idea. But who are you?
I am her fury.
No longer.
I am their nightmare.
You were.
You believe you've won. It will not be so easy. For I will eat your dreams.
Is that an end to it?
Yes. If you want it to be.
Are you sure? In your hand you weigh my death, the last stone laid upon my broken body.
I'm so very sorry.
Will you leave? Are you ready?
I have lingered so very long. Where now will I go?
I don't know. A better place, I believe. A quiet place.
Quiet is good.
Deborah Comenius, mere words can ill describe your suffering. And if they could, I'd not utter them now. Enough wrong has been done you. Your tale is told, and we thank you for it. You are heard, and free to go.
Hey, I'm right here.
Aye, you are.
It's time for the Lesser Palingenesis.
Time to bring you home.
From flesh to word. Word to heart.
From flesh to word. Word to heart.
Air to fire. Fire to earth. I'm hollowing. It's working.
Air to fire. Fire to earth.
Ending to beginning, indivisible. Death to the living. Life to the dead.
Ending to beginning, indivisible. Death to the living. Life to the dead. Antea. Antea!
Bread.
It was. It was.
You're back.
Thanks to you.
curse is lifted.
Antea never fully recovered from the time when she was dead. And the things he'd done to bring her back had changed Red too. Some say you should fight for what you want. But some fights, I believe, are best lost. Battered by their ordeal at the hands of the Nightmare, the lovers must rebuild from the wreckage. A new and stronger union. For better, or for worse. Now, far from the place where New Eden once stood, Red and Antea will renew their love. A shared interest will bind them once more. A taste for forbidden fruit.
And with that, we have officially beat Banishers Ghost of New Eden. So, I did like this game. I thought that the relationship between Red and Antea was well written. They're not perfect people, they're flawed people. It's a realistic depiction of a relationship where two people love each other very much, but they are essentially separated by grief. In this case, Antea is dead, and Red is actively mourning her, and she is actively mourning the life that she has lost. But at the same time, they are actively working towards a solution to that, which is the resurrection. Now that I've seen the ending for the resurrection, I do have some thoughts on it. So my stance is that I don't agree with how that panned out. Like, I understand if you're willing to do dark magic to bring somebody back from the dead, you might be a little bit more open to doing darker things with that type of nature of spell. But at the same time, I don't think that both of them would be like, you know what? Let's just start killing people. That's going to bring the spark back to our relationship. But I guess the writers are implying that because Antea lost touch with her humanity by becoming a ghost, that empathy that she would normally have as a human is completely and totally gone. She was more empathetic towards ghosts than she was towards people, and she was kind of just like, it is what it is with people. But at the same time, with ghosts, she was just like more willing and more open, and that's probably because she herself was a ghost. While saying that, though, I don't believe that Red would willingly want to continue to kill people alongside Antea, because there's nothing that they can do with the souls. What are they going to do with it? Just hold on to it? When he took the soul, he was giving it to Antea, essentially, to eat, so that she wouldn't start feasting upon Red's essence. So I guess, for me, I like the resurrection ending, and I like that they had to navigate their relationship all over again, because obviously they went through a lot. It was very traumatic for both of them. And Antea admitted that she was resentful of Red. So yes, they had to navigate that new aspect to the relationship, and essentially Red needed to forgive himself for causing Antea harm, and Antea need to let go of her resentment of Red. But I don't agree that they would just straight up start killing people just to get a spark, you know? There was something that happened with Seeker that I had a little bit of a question on. So when you speak with Seeker, she tells you that she will meet you at New Edentown. But when we get to New Edentown and when we eventually get to the meeting house, I cannot find Seeker anywhere. So I had to look it up. It turns out that Seeker only appears in 2 of the 3 endings. So if you do the resurrection ending, you're not going to see Seeker at all. I thought that was like a plot hole, but no, it's just ending based. That is pretty cool that her appearance is ending based, but I do kind of want, especially if you're doing the resurrection ending, for her to have like a unique dialogue or something where she'll cryptically hint that you have enough soul power to resurrect Antea, but will it be everything that you want it to be type of deal. But I do feel like that's giving the audience a little bit too much information, if that makes sense. Another issue that I had is with the level up system. My issue with the level system is that I feel like it's a little bit of a slog just to level up. And I know that that's par for the course of RPGs, but I do feel like there should have been better ways to get the essence that you need to get to a higher level without requiring me to do pretty much everything, which means like finding treasure chest, using the treasure maps, closing the spectral nest, doing all of the activities, doing every single one of the hauntings, doing basically like exploring the map and finding all of the point of interest areas. And I kind of wish that the game didn't make it so it felt like you had to do all of that just to level up. Because I was already doing that already and I only made it to level 22, and I think the cap is like 25, 26. So yeah, I do wish that the game made it a little bit more easy to level up, given that prior to me going through the void, I was fighting enemies that were higher level than me, like 2 levels higher than I was, and I should have been getting a lot more essence than I was in defeating them. Because I should have been, by the time that I got to Calendari, level 24 at the very least, after fighting so many like high level enemies, but I only just turned 22, like level 22, prior to getting to that location. And it's not from the lack of trying. I fought so many enemies off camera and did so many things off camera that I was like, surely I would have leveled up by now, and I hadn't. So yeah, those are my thoughts. I thought the game was really fun. The characters are really well written. The story was really unique. And I really enjoyed the gameplay and just the aspect of having access to these two different realms. Also, I didn't say anything about it at the time, but there is a letter in Seeker's Hut that kind of is an Easter egg to another Don't Nod game that they had released prior to this one. Back in like 2018, 2019, they released a game called Vampyr, Vampyr, which would be really interesting to play on the channel. I didn't play it when it came out, so I would be very open to playing it for the channel. So let me know if you want me to pick that up and play that later on this year. Because I think it'd be fun if I were to put them together into one big playlist called like Don't Nod's Alternate History or Don't Nod's Paranormal Alternate History or something like that. Because Banishers takes place near the tail end of the 1600s, so like 1690 to 1700, and Vampyr takes place, I think, around the 1800s. It's been a very long time since I've read anything about the game because I thought it was interesting when it came out, but I ultimately did not pick it up. So I don't remember exactly when it came out, or not exactly when it came out, the time frame in which it's set. So yeah, but I think it'd be fun to do that. Just in case they come out with another game that is also an alternate history that takes place in a different location that also has like the paranormal aspects of both Banishers and Vampyr. I think that would be fun. So with that note, we are at the end. I'm going to let the rest of this play through, and I will see you guys in the next video, which will be Alone in the Dark. And then after that, I'm going to record Resident Evil 2, the remake, and hopefully have that ready by the time I finish Alone in the Dark. Fingers crossed, knock on wood, and all that good stuff. So I will see you in the next one, and you guys have a good rest of your day. Bye!